Hi, my name is Michelle Tom, and I'm the librarian archivist at the Windsor Historical Society, and I'm here to talk about a couple of items from our collection that will be on exhibit in our upcoming exhibition commemorating the United States entry into World War I, 100 years ago. So what I have here is a World War I diary belonging to George Woolf. This diary talks about 7 months of his time in the army in France, starting with his shipping out from Long Island, going through the danger zone in the Atlantic, having to be on the lookout for German submarines. He talks about going to mechanics school and driving his first auto in 1918. He was 24 years old then. He also writes about getting in an accident. It's a wonderful picture of his time in the Army. So George writes about going to the front in August, pretty late in the war, in 1918, but he certainly saw and wrote about a lot of action. He saw some of his friends getting killed, his regiment got shelled quite a bit. But what I think makes this diary very interesting is how much he writes about playing music. So George Woolf was a musician. He grew up in Pequannock, and his father worked on a tobacco farm, like many people who live in Pequannock. And George did that for a little while, but what he really wanted to do was play violin. So he was apparently very good at it. He went to the Hartford Conservatory of Music, and then duty called, World War I started, and he had to enlist, but he wasn't going to let that stop him from playing violin. So he actually took his violin with him to the front, and we actually have in our collection that very same violin. So he writes a lot about rehearsing with a band, many days where he meets other musicians, Americans and Frenchmen, and he would write things like, made quarters in this schoolhouse, lots of bullet holes and shrapnel, I played a concert. According to one newspaper article, apparently the strains from his violin were the reason that his division got a lot of free wine from the French townspeople who were very appreciative. The violin and diary will be featured in our upcoming exhibit, The Changing Faces of War, Windsor Responds to World War I. The exhibit opens on March 22nd, and the opening is free. The exhibit will be on display through the summer, so I hope you come check it out.